winners from Week 8 in the NFL.
How about Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Going to face Aaron Rodgers, all the pressure, that conversation is being had. Goes out and throws for just under 350, 3 tuds. Super efficient. Ton of yards after contact there for the Packers. They played really efficient football. If Love continues to progress this way, right, the kind of the sky is the limit here. So you got to like what he's doing, but in that pressure moment, I thought he really stood up and stood the test.
Graziano, give me a loser from Week 8.
It's got to be the Bengals. You have a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter on the Jets, who have not won a game all year. You have to put that game in your pocket. Bengals win this game. They're 4-4 and a half game back of the reeling Pittsburgh Steelers with some hope that Joe Burrow's coming back in December. You would have loved to be in that position. Instead, the inexplicable, inexcusable loss to the Jets. They're not out of it, but they're going to wish they had that one back.
I agree. It's an absolutely terrible loss, maybe the worst loss of the season so far. J-Mac, give me a winner.
I got Jonathan Taylor. I was in the building that Jeff Saturday built.
Yes, sir.
The entire crowd was chanting MVP.
Yes.
This guy has been unbelievable this season. He is chasing LaDainian Tomlinson's touchdown record. And hey, the way he ran against the Tennessee Titans, if he could play them more, he would 100%
Yes, he
get
would.
that record.
He's on pace for 1,800 yards and 29 touchdowns. Rushing. Finally, Dominique, give me another loser this weekend.
Myles Garrett.
What?
Only 5? What are you doing? Like, I would say that Myles Garrett was incredible this weekend. And some of his best pass rushes didn't end up in sacks.
Yes.
But it is really sad to have such an incredible, greatest in the category of one of the greatest defenders of all time to never really ever play a meaningful game. So they lost this game inexplicably while he had 5 sacks and was unblockable the entire game by no number of people.
That's him on the sideline. He had 5 sacks and they got blown out.
We just go back and show those again. All those, he's doubled. He's literally doubled. Like if you're an offensive line coach, if you're an offensive coordinator, you're like, let's double him, we'll lock him up. No, he swam, ripped the swim, does it all, gets home. It's insanity.
He was very upset after the game, and he was talking about, we're not going to, I don't have the time to play the sound because I really want to dive into the conversation. There are people who are asking the question, should we feel bad for Myles Garrett being on this Look, Joe Thomas is in the Hall of Fame and is one of the great players ever and played his entire career in that same franchise and generally just on terrible teams.
Sundays at 1.
Myles Garrett, yeah.
Brutal. That's all you play, Sundays at 1.
Myles Garrett feels like
the
he's
house
headed,
by 4:30, babe.
he's
That's
headed on
brutal.
that trajectory. Unless,
It's brutal.
Dan Graziano,
What?
talk to me.
What happened?
Myles Garrett,
I was listening to
you were reading the contract.
Yeah, look, I mean, he just signed in March, right?
I can't deal with this.
You would think that's right after you sign. It's tough to trade the contract, big signing bonus, dead money. It's not that bad. Like they would not take an extra cap hit this year if they traded him. They'd have to eat $41 million in dead money
Myles Garrett
next year. That sounds like a lot, but it's half.
T-shirts, Graz. Let's free Myles Garrett.
Trade
It's
him.
half of what the Broncos ate for Russell Wilson last year when they cut him.
Yeah.
Like teams do that.
Yeah.
You get a couple first-round picks. Now you have 4 next year.
Listen, I said this at the time. Myles Garrett re-signing in Cleveland was a lose-lose. It was a mistake for him, and it was a mistake for them. Yesterday was the perfect example. He had 5 sacks, and they still got blown out.
Look,
He should be their Herschel Walker.
He said, this is not about money. I want to win.
Right.
I want to be traded.
Right.
He stayed dug in for almost a month. And then he
they
took
gave
the
the money.
Which is great. I mean, good for him.
Let me say this, though. Let me say this just real quick in his defense on this side of it. When Joe Flacco, that I guarantee you the bill of goods sold to him was, remember when Flacco was back here, remember what we did offensively, you're going to be the defensive side of it. They had different expectations, Stefanski and Flacco. So I get what you're saying now, but we're looking at this thing a little bit like hindsight's 2020 because he had seen what Flacco and Stefanski, and if the defensive side carries their weight, potentially you have a much better team. I just think that his vision of it looked differently.
I just hate that the foundation of this argument is that we force players to make some sort of choice between winning, or we make it so like Myles Garrett can't be upset because they're losing because he got a big check.
Right.
He deserves all that money and probably deserves more
Yes,
than
he
he's
does.
getting.
Yes,
I hate the idea that we're saying, like, oh, you can't complain, you can't be upset that you're losing because you signed back with the team. This defense is ridiculous. They're one of the best in football.
Yeah.
He's doing his part, and it's fair for him and any other player to have an expectation that the team is going to be competitive. It's not fair to say just because you took the check, you can't be mad.
Other thing to remember, when they signed him in March, they're still trying to get a stadium built. They need like a face of the franchise guy. They got that stadium deal now.
Yeah.
I guess it's coming.
Free him.
Trade him. It benefits them. They're going absolutely nowhere with him. So trade him, get a king's ransom, and start building from there. Okay, we are
so good.
Just getting started on this.
Look, the Chiefs are still the team that you have to go through in the AFC, and this is the best their offense has looked in years. Now, talking to people there in camp in the summertime, they felt like the offense was really going to hit the ground running this year. They felt like things were in place. Then they find out about the Rashee Rice suspension right before the season. Then Xavier Worthy gets hurt on the third play of the opener, and all of a sudden there's a couple games where they're not themselves because they don't have their guys. Well, now they have their guys. Rice back from suspension, Worthy back from the injury, and you can see how different it looks. They have pass protection. By the way, even -2 starting offensive linemen last night, they're still protecting Patrick Mahomes well, and they have more speed and more dynamic playmakers in that receiving group than they had over the past couple of years. So they're incredibly dangerous. And by the way, the defense played well last night too.
One guy that they still have in that receiving room, of course, is Travis Kelce. We went through some of his numbers. And Jeff, you've got some tape on just how he's just there's a craftiness now about the way he's going about
this.
this.
You talk about big moments in games and not being overwhelmed by him. He's just got this like sneaky old man energy. He's just savvy. Like right here, he leaks through, has a good block. You thought Rice scored on it. Next play, he's going to lead block for the Hunt touchdown. He's doing the dirty work, right? Now right here, he's blocking. He's a tight end. He's blocking. He's got all day. Okay, I'm going to leak out right here. Hits him, takes the ball down for 30 yards. Like, that's just knowing the situation, understanding that's not his responsibility. He's leaking out. And then right here, you watch him. He ends up coming to make this little play, little rub to help Hunt get open. He's willing to get – you talk about, like, great teammates and why they talk about him. His hands are, they're next level, right? He's Hall of Famer. You know what that is. But it's all the other things he does. The rub for Hunt to get open late in that progression. He's willing to do the dirty work for his team. I think everybody's like, oh, it's past him. When you do stuff like that, you play forever because everybody wants to play with you. I just had a lot of respect for what he did last night.
It's like developing a post game when you're 35 because you no longer have that explosiveness.
Yeah.
He's figured out another way to impact the game. But I think his intelligence and the intelligence of this offense altogether is what's impressed me.
Yeah.
In the first half, they were getting a lot of man coverage and they weren't doing well with it. Second half, they come out with tighter splits, a lot of crossing routes, open it up, force the Commanders to go in the zone, and that's when Patrick Mahomes starts to eat. And I think that on top of all of that, they now have these playmakers where you see a short pass to Rashee Rice turns to a big game and a touchdown, all because he's a special player.
Right.
You see a screen pass to Xavier Worthy turn to a cross field, like reverse field, big play. Like it feels pretty scary.
Yeah.
And I look at it like when you're playing Jenga, when you take one piece out to what you were saying, Graz, without the Rashee Rice, it all starts to fall apart and it didn't look as good. But now when you insert Rashee Rice, you can talk about Travis Kelce within that zone, finding those soft spots because he draws so much attention.
Yeah.
And it's where Andy Reid can place him. Look, right now they get in a wildcat. Now you have 8-on-8. But the guy that's going to be a free hitter to the ball